Yeah, now, thank you, by the way, for making us the #1 breakfast show in the country. We don't take that lightly. Now, let's get into that conversation. At a press conference in September, Afrigo band members announced that their album, Teri Mubi, No One Is Bad, would be their first exclusive album on that streaming services, now owned by US rap mogul Jay-Z and backed by MTN across Africa. Now, this was the first time anyone released an album, by the way, exclusively on a streaming service. A month later, the band will now launch the same album tonight at Hotel Africana. Now, this album has been over 20 years in the making, but the 1 month exclusive release on Tidal has raised eyebrows. Uganda is big on music downloads, but we do not know how online streaming is doing. And that's why Mr. Kagwa is here in studio to help us understand that. He's an arts journalist, and then he could be the expert, not could be. He is the expert to tell us more about this. Mr. Kagwa,
yes.
Good morning once again.
Good morning.
First of all, tell us, what is online streaming?
Online streaming, like, this is one way you simplify everything.
Yeah.
You know how those days we used to pack a lot of CDs, before that there were tapes. Like, you would buy tapes and then you would pile all of them. Like, I used to buy tapes since I was in primary school. So you would buy a lot of tapes,
That
you
makes
would pile
two of
them. And after you are not interested in these tapes, they would still be there. Now, streaming is usually you just download an app. It could be Tidal, it could be Deezer, it could be Mdundo. Like, there are quite very many sites you can download. I mean, very many applications you can download, and you play music from the app. You can even download music within the app. Like, that music doesn't really fill up your phone. It's downloaded within the app. When you're tired of it, you delete it, you release new one, you download new one. At times, you don't even need to download. You can just stream it on the internet.
So unlike a scenario where you have your tape or CD that has only 1 or 2 songs, this online streaming service gives a trove of information, more music, and more variety.
Like, it's giving you access to over 1 million songs from the world and Uganda. Yeah.
So what would prompt one to abandon their Chikubo guy, the CD guy, to get on this online streaming service?
One thing I would tell you is that the Ugandan music industry has been quite tight. Like, when it comes to streaming, you're asking people to actually pay for music. And Ugandans have not been paying for music because artists will release their songs, give them to a CD guy, because the CD guy makes the music popular, and when it's popular, you get booked for shows. But what would force a consumer to go to Tidal is, one, you do not want to pile up music. At the end of the day, when you've piled many CDs, you're looking at, say, you piled Shiba's Ice Cream in 2013, and right now you're like, do I really want to listen to Ice Cream? And then the CD is still there. But then there is the experience. I mean, music must be an experience before we listen to it. Like, when you're listening to music from, say, Tidal or Deezer, you really feel all the qualities that come with a song that's well produced, that come with the instrumentation and everything. You will not get that with a CD guy, because at times the song will be compressed. Probably it was sent via WhatsApp, and WhatsApp had to compress it more and more. You will lose some qualities.
So the audio and video quality wouldn't be at par.
Yes. So when you're listening to this song from a streaming site, or when you download it from a streaming site, the experience is different.
The experience is different, but how many, what the audience, how many people are on these sites, and how many people, the audience, are you penetrating? Because I'm looking at this from a perspective where in Uganda, not so many people are logged onto the internet. It could be centralized to Kampala and its environs.
Yes.
But then, if I want to penetrate the industry, how best can I do it? Using the music streaming services online.
To tell you the truth,
without blowing up my pockets.
To tell you the truth, streaming is not for everyone.
Yes.
One, it's for tech-savvy people. It's for people that want convenience, because besides piling up CDs, like, I do not want to ask for my phone to tether with your phone to get a song. You might have viruses, and I wouldn't want that. So it's for people that want convenience. But to get back to what you asked, one, streaming is for tech-savvy people. That's one of the things I would say. And you will get this service when you have an internet connection. Let me ask that question again. I don't think I still remember it.
There are not so many people logged onto the internet in Uganda. So ideally, if I'm putting my music there, I would feel like I'm putting there for a few people, for a handful of people. So how best can I penetrate the industry using online and other rudimentary methods?
When you give music to a streaming site, you're not stopped from giving it to radios. But a streaming service is for people that want to be discovered, people that might not want to go running around paying different handlers to promote your music. It's not a very big, it's not a very small community, much as it's not a very big community. Like, Uganda is one of those countries that have a penetration of the internet. And
yeah, quite. But then out of the 42 million Ugandans, we could have only like 6 million.
yes.
And or less. Because 9 million Ugandans, out of 42 million, only 90 million Ugandans own a TV set. Now, you have to break that down up to like half
And
or
how,
even
how,
less.
how many of
people
these,
who are on
how
the
many
internet.
of these own a smartphone?
You see the point now?
There,
So that
there could be more Ugandans that own a smartphone than those that own a TV set.
yeah.
I think you walk into some houses where they're about...
Because, yeah, I could get that point because we're looking at 80% of the unemployed youth. You could find a youth who is unemployed, but they have a smartphone.
Yeah, and they're always online.
Yes.
And you're tapping into that.
But this person is not working. If you tell them, come to my my concert like
Trust
Afrigo is
me,
doing,
The same,
will not be
the
able to
same
pay.
way, the same way those people get
so to them,
internet-
they're like spectators from the side. Okay, what is happening?
the same
Okay.
way they get internet to stream, say, Facebook and everything,
Yes.
it's the same way they will get internet to at least be on this. And by the way, some of these services are not for paying. Some of them are free of charge, but to get exclusivity where you do not have adverts, you get albums first, you have to pay. But for example, I know Deezer is a free service, but if you want exclusivity, say if they have a new album, a person that's consuming Deezer for free will not get that free album. They
They'll
will
have to
not
first
get the
pay.
new album,
Yeah.
but they will get that album after it's been around like for months or some time. So that exclusivity doesn't come with the person that's getting the service for free. But at the end of the day, people are consuming. Like we have Ugandans that are on these streaming services because they want convenience. I mean, I'm one of them.
Well, music streaming is mostly a millennial thing. Why would Afrigo Band take that direction? Because they're holding their concert today, Hotel Africana,
Yes.
tonight. So it's a millennial thing. Huh? Why would they take that direction?
Frigo Band is a band we grew up listening to. So I still remember the very first concert I attended was an Afrigo concert. That's with my dad, and I was a very small chap. Like, Afrigo Band is part of the Ugandan soundtrack. You cannot talk about Ugandan music and you leave Afrigo Band out. And because of that, many of us, regardless of age, consume Afrigo Band. And that would make more sense for them to actually put that album online. I'm so sure Afrigo Band is going to release a physical album for the conservative people, because there are those people that do not even own a Facebook page, and I don't think those people will go streaming the album. They will definitely want a CD. And probably
I think it's highly unfair to my to my conservatives. I believe they do own Facebook and Twitter pages, but under pseudonyms.
No, they don't.
They just draw mostly.
They like, I've seen people that do have these smartphones and they're just calling and receiving messages. So
My conservative friends don't take offense.
so like, I will tell
Yeah.
you, the millennials are consuming Afrigo Band because of their parents. Like, Afrigo Band has been with us, so it makes more sense for them to actually have Afrigo Band on Tidal. And mind you, Afrigo Band, some members of Afrigo Band were performing at Nyege Nyege, and that place was on fire.
It was lit.
Yes.
So there are complaints about payments abroad. Will Ugandan artists benefit from this?
Yes, Ugandan artists benefit, but you see, I always tell artists that you're not going to get money out of payments from a single song. Even if URSB is paying artists, say, every month from their songs being played on radio or everything, that money is not enough to sustain you. But you need to have copyright for that song because it shows you own it. And then you can make money out of it by pitching, say, to Queen of Kato when they come to Uganda to use your song as a soundtrack, and then they'll pay all the money you didn't make from it when it was streaming. The streaming money is not all that. It's just to give you presence. You never know, someone will want to book you, and they will not go to the CD guy. They will go to a platform like Tidal to just check out your music, to feel your vibe.
Yes.
So, like, yeah, there is more to a streaming side to one artist than actually making quick money.
I see, because online music distribution is known in the industry as an equalizer, but you don't have any distribution infrastructure in Uganda vis-a-vis the mechanisms. It died with the rise of popular music. We had Bebe Cool, Bobby Wine, Chameleon. So isn't that a problem?
Like you said, streaming is an equalizer.
But you don't have distribution infrastructure.
You do not necessarily need distribution when it comes to streaming. You need distribution when it comes to the physical things, like you have albums.
Yes.
You know Maurice Kiria's last album, the one that had Headmaster and Tripping for Your Love.
Yes.
I think it was called Free Dreams. Free Dreams was entirely a digital album.
Yes, yes.
And
was that after Moyo?
Yes, it was after Moyo.
Moyo really took off.
Moyo was lit. Moyo and Book of Kyria. They were very, very lit.
Yes.
His new album, whose title I do not remember, is also still available on digital. I don't know if he's going to release physical albums, but the way people sing along to these songs when you go for his concerts is proof that people are tuning into digital platforms and they are receiving the music. Because let's face it, Maurice Kiriya is not one of those artists you hear radios play. But yet he calls for a concert, it's 100K people show up and they are singing to these songs.
So maybe he realized there could be some bias at these radio, TV stations, and decided, okay, online, it's a platform, all my fans could just go there and find my music.
The online platform is very open.
So it kills the bias aspect if you have someone who's biased against you, the DJs.
These all things over here, the politics doesn't allow us to play this song.
Like or your Simwagala, that is not my friend.
Yeah, online is a very open space. Like, online will play to Liyambale Ngule. Some song you will not hear on many of our radio stations at the moment.
Others would have to give you a call then.
Yeah, but online will just play all these songs. Like, some of the songs that people have said, oh, that song is dirty, you can't play it. It will be online.
So ideal, I think our time is wrap up. Let's end it with your remarks with regards to the future of online music streaming.
I think more Ugandans are tuning into the online space or the internet space. The only problem is internet in Uganda keeps becoming very expensive.
I know, right? And all these capes government is putting on the internet doesn't make it easy.
It keeps becoming very hard for people, but I would tell Ugandans, not just artists, all creatives out there, radio presenters, poets, everyone should kind of embrace the online space, because online is not just taking music. They are taking podcasts. They are taking poetry. They are taking conversations. Like, we can just wake up and have this conversation online and people will actually pay to listen to it. And
someone is already streaming.
So, like, there are many opportunities online. We should embrace it more than fighting it.
Andrew Kagwa, an arts journalist with the Daily Monitor. Thank you very much for having made the time to speak with me. Wow.
You're welcome.
Every Friday we'll be doing this.
We are doing this.
Thank you for making the time. Well, that's Andrew Kagwa, an arts journalist with the Daily Monitor. The banter has been centered on online music streaming. And he says, well, if you want to navigate some debacles like a DJ who is against you or a TV presenter who is against you and won't play your music, online streaming will offer a safe haven for such people. So please embrace it. Pay some MBs and embrace it. Well, my name is Romeo Busiku and you're still watching Morning at NTV right about